readers are huge fans of the epic Death Note. Now, this is a series that did capture the hearts and minds of audience all throughout the world. It has been redone in a number of different formats. If you watch Full Metal Panic, there is actually a couple of moments in there where you actually see L, Light, Misa. Even The Simpsons have done their own version of Death Note. It has well and truly integrated itself into the social psyche, and not just within like die-hard anime fans or manga nerds like yours truly. It has definitely gone mainstream. But what happened before Death Note? The book that I have been reading is the story of what happened before Death Note. This is the LABB murder case. This takes place, as I've said about 4 or 5 times now, before Death Note ever happened. You follow L, who is behind his computer. The story is told from the point of view of Mello, who has managed to gather together some of the notes that L left behind to tell the narrative of this story. He also adds in a few extra bits and pieces from his time at Whammy House and some of the extra things that he knows. It does have a few interesting little quirks within it, which we will be getting to later. Now, people who have seen Death Note already will remember that near the start of the series, an FBI agent is killed by Kira, and his fiance wants to try and help. His fiance, Naomi Risora, happens to actually feature in this story, because if you remember, Elle did mention that they had worked together before, and this is the story in which they worked together. You're introduced to the story as this is the first time that Elle ever introduced himself as Rizuki, which is what he introduced himself to all of the police detectives who are trying to find Kira. So there are plenty of tie-ins between the past and the present. Lots of little nods to the main work. Now, when it starts off, oh, don't worry, I'm not going to give out a bazillion spoilers. When it starts off, Naomi has actually been put onto administrative leave and is currently going out of her mind when she gets an email off Elle saying, I need your help. You know, a little bit more wordy than that. But that be the gist. So she follows his instructions because she knows who Elle is. Elle is well known within like the FBI and lots of different police forces throughout the world. I wonder if he's well known to like the average muggle on the street within the universe of the Death Note, or if it is just within like police forces around the world. Anyway, there's been a series of 3 murders. They are locked door murders. Naomi's job is to try and find clues that have been left behind by the murderer, because one was left to the police in a wee bit of a salute to the Zodiac Killer. He sent a crossword to the police station, which, if they had actually been able to solve it, would have taken them to the house of the first victim. But it was too difficult. Al was actually able to get his hands on said crossword. He managed to solve it, which did take him to the location of the first victim, and is now trying to hope that there is going to be a clue left behind at the first victim's place, send to the second, to the third, and then hopefully be able to stop the 4th victim from actually becoming a victim. Because something else that has been left at the scenes is Wari Nigyo dolls. I'm sure I am butchering that. But the little straw dolls, which have a long nail put through them. There was 4 left on each wall in the first murder, 3 in the next, 2 in the next. So clearly there's going to be 1 more. So it's a race against the time to try and solve who the murderer is before that victim becomes a thing. She goes to the first house, she's having a good old rooty tooty round. She gives Elle a call and is like, there be nothing here. Elle reassures her, go for it, you can do this. If you pay attention, you can actually spot some of the clues within. She's about to leave but thinks, you know what, I'm going to look under the bed. She reaches down, a hand comes out and grabs her. And out pops a stooped over young man with dark rings around his eyes, who introduced himself as Rizuki. And the 2 of them are able to work out what clue has been hidden within that room. I'm not going to go into too great a detail because I want you to read this book. But we are going to talk about some of the about it. Like I say, they're able to solve the clue there. They go on to the next murder scene. Now, as she's on her way to the next murder scene a day or 2 later, she's actually attacked. And she thinks it's Rizaki. So So she goes to confront him, he's already there, he's just chilling out. And again, like I say, they have another puzzle to try and solve. Now, we're going to take a step back from the plot, because I also don't want to get too deeply involved in what happened in the plot. I genuinely want you to read this book. We're going to talk about something that may be a bit of a translation error. And that is, here are some of the characters' names. We have Beyond Birthday, Believe Bridesmaid, Quarter Queen, Backyard Bottom Slash, Blackberry Brown, and Blue Harp Baby Split. I ain't joking here. These are the character names. I don't know if this is like a mistranslation. Like, the names do play an important part within the story, but I cannot help but feel like they could have been substituted for something else. They didn't need to be so abstract and obscure, because I'm not gonna lie, every time that I came across these names, it pulled me away from the story. It was very jarring each and every single time. So it would have been nice if they could have done something different. Like I say, I do appreciate that the names were important. These were not just a random smattering of letters. No. Or else it would have been something like John Smith. These names were proper important to the story. But come on. Really? Backyard Bottom Slash? Really? Like, seriously, each and every time that I came across some of these names, pulled straight out the story. But what I will say is, ignoring the names and how, like I said, it gnawed at me, I did find it quite chafing each and every time. The story itself was pretty solid. There was plenty of mystery. Like I said, if you paid a lot of attention to the use of words, you could actually spot what direction the clues were going in before the characters actually got there. But it was still nicely done. You still felt like you'd achieved something in working it out before the characters got there, because they were kind of reasonably tricky. And that twist at the end, that tasty little twist. She does meet Elle. She never knows it was Elle that she meets. And it's so cool. It's such a good story, and I'm genuinely really looking forward to the next one. And by the way, I'd like to thank Instagram for this being the story that I read, because it was the one that was voted for on there. Which brings us up to, what is my next read going to be? Now, we've had nearly 9 minutes of me going, yay, Death Note, gotta love a Death Note. But genuinely, it's such a work of art. I do hope that the artist and the storyteller do get to work together quite a few more times and come up with stuff that's equally as amazing. I know they have worked together a couple of times. Like, they've done Platinum's End, and, what's it called? Excuse me, let me just refer to my catalogue. Come here, you. Here one. I dropped a book. But I will say, this one has got some serious misogyny in it, which did leave a bit of a bitter taste in the mouth. Which is why I only have one currently. We'll see if I get another. But yes. For my next book, which I have actually started, we have, drum roll, chosen for by YouTube, which by the way did not let me know that a single soul had voted on the poll. Thank you, YouTube, that was really annoying. Ta-da! The detective is already dead. Now, this is another one that I do already have in a different format. I do already have volume 1 and 2 of the manga. Would it be nice if they made the covers a little bit more different? Just saying. And I thought I'd actually bought volume 3 of this. Why is this a little damaged? Anyway, I thought I bought volume 3 of this. Turns out it was actually 3 of this, so I have a gap which I'm going to have to fill at some point. As you can see, I'm not very far in, but I'm really enjoying it. It is 3 chapters long, but each chapter has been split into multiple parts. It does come with a good chunk of full colour art at the beginning. Because, as you know, I love me my full colour stuff. So I'm going to crack on with reading this, and I'm going to put up a new poll on what I should read next, which is going to include The Regular Magic High School, Omnipotent Reader, and Kakashi's Story, and one more. What's the other one? Oh no, that's it. I need to pick another book. Keep an eye out for the poll, it will be making an appearance. And of course, do watch out for my basically daily little manga updates, and I will see you all later. Have fun, everyone. Bye!